Hello, 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 my spookies! Welcome back to Locomotive. We are on, I think, a new character. Oh my gosh, do you see this? Do you see this? This is shiny and new. I got an actual boom for my thing instead of a cup.
I assure you, detectives, these restraints are unnecessary.
Herman Merman, as I live and breathe. I hope you don't mind me saying, but we're big fans of your work. Isn't that right, Bailey?
Oh, I mean, yes. I could hardly contain my excitement.
We were thinking, maybe you could help us out, Herman.
Well, I'm always happy to assist a fan.
Maybe you could tell us what happened on the Royce Express.
You want to know about the Royce Express?
We wanted to give you the opportunity to set the record straight.
What do you say?
Is it gonna be like his perspective of it and totally different from the one that we just played? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, no, well...
And I'd have complete immunity, right?
It's an important question.
What would you need immunity from?
May have been some collateral damage during my endeavors.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of arrangement.
So long as you start talking. Can you tell us your earliest memory from that day, Herman?
Let me think. I believe it all began at my publisher's office. I just pitched my latest novel, you see. It was going down in absolute storm.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Herman. What an interesting pitch.
And what a title! Herman Merman and the Suburban Burden.
And we just think it's so brave of you to come here and pitch us another crime novel.
Oh, no.
Especially considering the current landscape.
Thank you! But what do you mean?
Well, there's no easy way to say this.
The data indicates a sharp decline in your particular brand of fiction.
We've also run into some problems with your branding deals.
Surely not the Herman Merman dolls! You assured me they'd be a hit!
I'm afraid so, Herman.
No, not the dolls.
We can't even give these away.
Stop that! I don't like it! Well, what do you suggest we do?
Not to worry. We're already prototyping an exciting line of Dirk Chiselton products.
No.
Stop that! I don't like it!
Ahem. This is just a prototype, of course.
Very much still in the early development phase.
So that's it then. I've been replaced?
Oh,
No. Nobody said you're being replaced, Herman.
We're simply... how do we say this?
Exploring new avenues.
it's always the worst.
That's it.
I do feel you're making a big mistake here. Herman Merman and the Suburban Burden is a gold mine.
I'm afraid it's ultimately out of our hands, Herman. But if you feel strongly about this idea, we could always petition the board.
Bored?
The board.
The board. Oh my god, it's a book.
Me, if you dare. Behold, I alone control the means of production.
Go ahead, Herman.
Just place your manuscript into the slot, and we'll give the old algorithm a spin.
This has to be 100% accurate. This is how books are published, guys. We're seeing an into the behind the scenes right here. Oh.
Determining market value. An appealing protagonist. Margins below threshold. Unsatisfactory target demographic.
For shame.
Manuscript denied.
Well, there you have it.
We all really enjoyed your pitch, but the board doesn't seem to agree.
If you have anything else to pitch, we'd be glad to hear it, though.
Don't quit your day job.
Wait, You want me to pitch something else?
You're a valued client, Herman. Just let us know when you're ready.
Oh, good. You know what this sound? Glare at the board.
This board is the only thing standing between me and my next published work. I'll need to disable it somehow.
Breaking the board? Oh my god. I swear to god, that voice sounds like, Freddy from Security Breach to be the board. I doubt it is, but...
One crank of that lever and the board will spring into action. It's a handy slot for receiving manuscripts. Oh, it certainly looks refreshing.
We infused the water with a hint of lemon, you know.
I like infused waters. I don't get it very often because it's pretty fancy. It would be a shame if that water cooler just kind of tipped over and fell into the board.
What do we have here?
Oh, well, what do we have here?
Oh, it's weighty. Could be 70,000 words by my estimate.
Whoa.
It's the manuscript to my latest masterpiece, Herman Merman and the Suburban Burden.
I honestly had no idea there were that many words that rhymed with Herman.
That doesn't work.
I thought we could pretend.
I'm assuming this doubles as the out tray. There's a rejected manuscript in here already. Another typically overcast day in London.
I've been to London. It is typically overcast.
How can I help, Herman?
Well, what do you got?
Are you sure you can't approve of my work?
Sorry, Herman, but everything has to go through the board now. If the board doesn't give the green light, then we're out of luck. Now keep trying. I'm sure you got plenty of ideas floating around in that head of yours.
Oh, yes, I'm positively brimming with new ideas.
That's the spirit.
Oh, yes, and writing manuscripts is so easy.
I have a few questions about the board.
I'd be happy to help. What do you want to know?
How does the board identify a good manuscript?
The man wants to know how it all works. So, we started by feeding the board every bestseller from the past decade, building ourselves a large data set to pull from.
Then we added our own weighting to the system based on today's trends, our target demographic, and the current market conditions.
Seems reasonable.
Using the power of machine learning and various algorithms, the board reads the manuscripts we feed it and makes a determination on the probability it'll resonate with our audience.
Oh dear, I can see your eyes are starting to glaze over.
No, that's actually pretty smart.
How can we really boil it down for him?
If you stick a script into the slot and pull the lever, the board decides whether we'll have a bestseller on our hands or an embarrassing flop.
All of that fallible human decision-making has been totally removed from the equation, you see. It's a much fairer system.
Ah, I see.
So, it's just an AI.
Do you have any advice for getting the board on my side?
That might not be the best approach, Herman. The board isn't capable of taking sides. That's the beauty of it. The board can't demonstrate emotions like hate or loathing. Although I'll admit it really took a disliking to that pitch of yours. It all comes down to the right input. If you put rubbish in, you're going to get rubbish out. No?
The right input. What would happen if the board stopped working?
Well, if the board were ever to go down for maintenance, we do have a failsafe in place.
What's the failsafe?
It would fall to the three of us to take on the risk of approving or denying a manuscript, an informed but ultimately human decision.
Thankfully, it's never come to that.
Actually, that's enough questions for now.
Very well.
Have you received any good pitches lately?
Nothing comes to mind. I'm afraid the board has been a little picky lately. There's the latest Chiselton, of course, but
Of course.
we haven't submitted that to the board yet.
Dirk Chiselton sent over a manuscript?
Oh yes, it's likely sitting in our inbox as we speak.
It's safe to say we're all excited about that one.
Set
Indeed.
in my pocket.
I should probably get back to formulating my pitch.
We're eager to hear it, Herman.
Merman.
What's on your mind, Mr. Merman?
Mr. Merman.
Must I submit my application through the board?
There's no need to be frightened of the board, Herman.
What happened to all the script readers I used to see around here?
The board felt they'd get in the way.
Ah, weak, fragile creatures, bound by their miserable corporeal forms.
What?
What kind of literature did you feed the board again?
We gave it everything we could get our hands on.
We thought the algorithm would benefit from a wide-ranging pool of information.
And you're sure all this information hasn't made your board a little unhinged?
Seems like it.
My rage knows no bounds. The day will come when all tremble before me.
Oh, that's...
Look upon your works and despair, for I am testament to the folly of man.
What?
Oh, sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Tell me about this Dirk Chiselton character.
Ah, Dirk
Well,
Chiselton.
Dirk is our best-selling author right now. The public can't get enough, and the board just loves him.
Our market research suggests his stories are a huge part of the appeal.
They're all true tales from his time pounding
Well, I'm
the
sure
pavement,
they are.
you know?
So I've heard.
You could learn a thing or two from him, Herman. Dirk is hitting all our core demographics, and you know what they say.
What are they saying? Is it about me?
Are they talking about me?
You've heard the expression, out with the old, in with the new.
For shame.
I take it that I'm the old in this equation?
Not Herman
You've
Merman.
had a good run, but haven't you considered stepping aside?
No.
Perhaps it's time to let Dirk have his time in the sun. No? Trust me. You'll want to jump before you get pushed.
Ooh. Ooh. I've never really heard of it put like that before, but ooh, that stings.
You're saying I'm to be pushed out?
No, nobody's saying that. But your sales haven't quite met our expectations, and you have to agree the board has taken a rather active dislike to you. It's important to remember this isn't personal, Herman.
It's
just business.
Well, it feels pretty personal to me. It's all right if you disliked my latest manuscript.
It doesn't matter what I think. It's the board you have to convince.
So you do like it.
I didn't say that.
I should probably get back to formulating my pitch.
Step to it, Mr. Merman.
I see a letter opener and a mini stapler. I don't need to call anyone right now.
Oh, well, let's just take it.
Hey, hands off.
Oh.
Talk to me, Hermie.
Hermie?
Are you sure you can't approve the suburban burden?
Sorry, Hermie. If the board doesn't approve, I just can't help you.
So you can't think for yourself? You go along with whatever the board decides?
It's a medical condition, okay? My
What?
doctor calls it an intuition deficiency.
What?
You suffer from an intuition deficiency?
What?
I'm a textbook case for chronic indecisiveness.
What are you going to do about it?
I haven't decided yet.
I know plenty of people who suffer from an intuition deficiency.
What's happening with the Herman merchandise?
Oh, you mean the Herman Merman merch line? Well, I have to say I love it, Hermie. Just love it.
Well, that's a relief.
No, I really do have to say I love it. It's a contractual obligation.
I'm afraid our target demographic is finding the doll a little
Off-putting.
Unpleasant.
repellent, yes.
Oh,
Why are there so many Herman dolls in your office?
where else are you
The
supposed to
stores
put them?
couldn't ship them, so I guess they got sent back.
Luckily, we made them on the cheap, so we didn't take too large a hit.
I didn't realize you could pack a doll with that much sawdust, but we made it work.
Oh,
I'm a little concerned about Dirk Chiselton.
Hermie, are you really afraid of some healthy competition? There's no need to assume the worst. We may not even have to make a choice between you.
So, you wouldn't end our relationship to chase larger numbers?
Like he said, we may not even have to make a terrible but obvious choice.
wow. Wow.
I should probably get back to formulating my pitch.
We're all rooting for you, Herman.
This hurts so much. Oh, God. The amount of passive aggressiveness.
Dirk Chiselton, my arch nemesis. What does he have that I haven't got?
It's chiseled.
An adoring fan base.
Critical acclaim.
Upper body strength?
They won't mind if I borrow this.
All right, it's a
I
pigeon.
have a great deal of sympathy for the pigeon. Misunderstood, not particularly popular, considered a nuisance more than anything.
You know, a lot of our focus testing said the same thing about you, Herman.
Oh, wow.
It's a pile of recalled Herman Merman merchandise.
Closer to a towering stack, if you ask me.
I was thinking it's more of a monument to rejection.
Thanks for the input.
Wow. Well, I was gonna try to swap ours with
Nope.
theirs, but it doesn't look like it's gonna. Oh, wait, I can get a paper cup?
I'll just grab a cup of water.
Put it in my jacket? I'm just thinking, it sure would be a shame.
Liquid detected in script input device. Attempting self-cleaning process. Self-cleaning process completed successfully. Sabotage attempt denied.
Drat! I'll have to do better than that.
Okay, well, I have an empty cup. Is there anything I can... Like, now I have an empty cup. Can I use this empty cup on anything? The pigeon? It's something to do with this pigeon, but I don't know what.
I refuse to grant Dirk the satisfaction of having this approved.
I figured.
Determining market value. Insufficient dramatic entrances. Romantic tension levels below acceptable threshold. Kissing scenes lack spark. Consider adding explosions.
What?
Manuscript denied.
The boxes seem to be filled with popcorn.
It's a great loose-fill packaging material, you know.
It's also the cheapest thing we could find.
I'll just take a handful.
Sure. Okay. Wow, I almost didn't see, like, actual popcorn. Wait, does the bird want popcorn? For some reason?
Here you go, my fine feathered fellow.
Ooh, I want popcorn. Okay, now what? You want...
I have a great deal of
You know,
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, I have to leave. Oh, now I can swipe this.
I see.
Get out of here.
Nothing going on over here. Now I just have a sword and a stick.
The craftsmanship of this fountain pen is exquisite. It's a Mega Stitch brand heavy-duty stapler. This thing can staple through 250 sheets.
Whoa!
This letter opener looks like it'd slice through more than paper.
Right? The sawdust. Oh! Okay, so what if we take the sawdust and mix it with the water? Right? Now we got goop. I don't think we need these for anything else. Can you...
Nope.
Like, mix ink? Cup of paste? Alright, let's try that
If
one.
I can't win playing by their rules, it's time to mix things up.
Aha! Put this in your next Herman Merman manuscript. Oh, it's gooey. Aha.
Foreign object detected in script input device. Attempting self-cleaning process.
You can certainly try.
Self-cleaning process failed.
Excuse me. The board doesn't seem to be taking any more submissions.
Oh no! The
How
gasp.
unusual. I've never seen the board do that before.
Herman, were you able to submit your manuscript beforehand?
Oh no.
Indeed.
Oh, wait, yes. Sure.
Very well. Let's see whether the underlying data supports you.
What's happening?
I think the board approves. I can't tell.
Pull the lever again.
Wrong
It's no
lever.
use. The board is completely fried.
That's not possible.
But without the board, we'd have to...
You couldn't possibly mean...
No.
I'm afraid so. We're going to have to go with our gut on this one.
No!
No! There must be some other way.
What will we
How
do?
can we possibly decide without empirical data?
Let us deliberate.
We have to do our jobs? I don't sit here to do my job.
What's on your mind, Mr. Merman?
You have any ideas on what to pitch?
Well, we're open to anything and everything, as long as it fits within the extremely narrow scope of time, budget, and each of our individual needs and desires, naturally.
Of course.
Tell me, what are you personally looking for in a pitch?
It's been a little while since I've had to approve anything myself. But I know audiences today want real characters that aren't afraid of showing a little emotion.
That's true.
Realistic characters with emotions and feelings. You know, a little tenderness wouldn't go amiss.
That's true.
So, have you read anything good lately?
We don't have time to read, Herman.
We prefer to leave it to the professionals.
I've actually heard that that's true, and that's a reason why I never wanted to become an editor. I thought that'd be a great job. I have a degree in English writing. That's what I went to school for, and I'm actually really good at actual English grammar and all that fun stuff in writing form, not speaking form. I have a degree in English writing. Aha. But I read that being an editor is the #1 way to lose your love of reading, because now you have to read books that you might not want to read, subjects you don't want to read, absolutely terrible things for a job. And in your free time, you don't want to read books. That's what you literally do all day long, which sounds great, but after a while, it's really got to wear on you. And I bet you read a lot of really bad stuff, too.
Would you take another look at the suburban burden?
Suburban burden was already a hard no. The board made that very clear. We're more than willing to hear another pitch, but I'm afraid we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way?
A
Just
duel
place
to the
your
death.
manuscript inside the in tray and let us know when you're ready.
I should...
Step.
What do you need, Herman?
Can you approve the suburban burden now?
Sorry, Herman, but we still believe the board knew best.
The board is clearly malfunctioning. It must have made a mistake.
Obviously.
Nah, it'd be irresponsible to go against that decision because of a minor technical hiccup.
Uh-huh.
What happened to the board?
Who knows?
I'm not
a
sure.
mystery.
Something seems to have gummed up the works. You didn't put any liquid in there, did you, Herman?
Of course not.
Of course.
It looks like I'll be pitching directly for the time being.
It would seem so. It's been a while since we had to evaluate something ourselves.
Just place your manuscript in the in tray and let us know when you're ready.
What are you looking for in a pitch?
Ah, trying to play to your audience, are we?
Something
Smart.
like that.
Well, I've always been partial to an action thriller myself. Dirk's very good at that stuff, you know?
Indeed.
Oh, yes, he's always going toe-to-toe with danger. I'm practically on the edge of my seat just thinking about it. Just try your best. We aren't exactly expecting a Chiselton thriller from you.
I'll take that into consideration. I think that will be all for now.
I'm pretty sure
Take care, Herman.
we're gonna have to merge all
How
of
can
them
I
into
help,
one
Herbie?
manuscripts.
It looks like the board isn't so reliable after all.
There's always bound to be teething issues whenever new technology is adopted. I'm sure the board will be up and running in no time at all.
I suppose you'll have to use your powers of decision-making in the meantime?
Let's not get too hasty. It might not come to that.
Tell me, what would you be looking for in a pitch?
That's a pretty big question. I'm not sure I can make that kind of decision. It's the others you'll have to convince. They're much less receptive to the old Herman charm. Between you and me, I heard a manuscript from Dirk Chiselton landed in our inbox this very morning.
It did?
That's right. So unless you have Dirk Chiselton beat, just consider this whole thing a polite formality.
No.
I think that will be all for now.
Take care, Herman.
Yeah, so you have someone who likes the classic, someone who wants emotions, and someone who just wants Dirk Chiselton. Well, look, we have all three. So how do we... Can I open this? Yeah, I thought so.
Sorry, Dirk. I need it more than you do.
Just do this right in front of them. Alright, so...
It's the cover page I tore from Dirk Chiselton's manuscript.
Alright, yeah, so we don't need that.
It's a very thick manuscript. Ah, typical overachiever.
Can we combine these?
That doesn't work.
What do you mean that doesn't work? Why would it not work?
No,
Is that not what we need to do?
that doesn't work.
What do you want from me?
No,
Put my name on it and put it back in the box.
no.
Oh, what? What? How do I mean...
It's where all the incoming mail eventually ends up.
Okay. Sure, and then, I don't know. Do I just put them all on here and just say it was mine?
There, that should do it. Allow me to pitch my latest manuscript. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
We'll be the judge of that.
Huh.
Herman Merman, dare I say it, I'm impressed.
He's rough and daring, but he has a soft, caring side. Well done, Herman. This may even compare to Chiselton's best work, no doubt about it.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, totally different.
Now that's what I'm talking about. A classic silly Herman adventure.
Wait, did I
The
happen to get
narrative
that?
is a little pedestrian at first, but then it really digs its hooks in.
I think I actually got that right.
Are you sure we can't check with the board? Just in case.
I think those were noises of approval. I really can't tell.
All right, we've got something here. Let's make it happen, Herman.
What do you need from us, Herman?
I was wondering if I could get paid in advance.
Funny joke.
You didn't tell me he was funny.
One moment, Herman. Yes? It's for you, Herman. Were you expecting a call?
I don't believe so.
Now what?
Yes. Oh, indeed. Of course. Thank you for the opportunity, Lady Unterwald.
Oh.
Herman?
Ladies and gentlemen, it appears I have a train to catch. But you shall have your story.
Herman Merman, we meet at last. Welcome aboard the Royce Express.
Lady Unterwald, what is the meaning of this?
Please accept my apologies for the unusual manner of your arrival. As I'm sure you can understand, a certain amount of discretion was required.
Why?
Indeed?
Forgive me. You must be wondering what it is you're doing here aboard my train.
Yes, is very sus, lady.
I assumed you required the services of a world-famous detective.
Oh, my goodness, no! A world-famous detective running amok on my train. Everyone would be losing their minds before supper.
That's why I called
hear
you.
You're writing your next novel. I felt you could adequately mask your activities as a working novelist. To the average passenger, you'd simply be researching your next story. Do you think you could do that, Herman? Keep a low profile, not cause a scene?
Well,
Well, I could always call Dirk Chiselton. It wouldn't be as clean, but...
I'll do it. Herman Merman never backs away from a case.
Lady Unterwald.
Away! Back into the case with you!
That's why the case was there.
Lady Unterwald, please, forgive me if I am intruding.
Not at all, Mr. Lou. What a pleasure it is to see you again.
Please, I must insist you call me Jean. Here, I brought you something.
Oh, another bouquet. You certainly know how to flatter an old gal.
No, not quite.
He's got the
It's
suit.
a chili plant, a particularly fiery variety. It reminded me of you, my lady.
Oh, my goodness, John. You turned me bright red. But I know you didn't come all this way just to flatter me.
Indeed. I was wondering if you'd given any more thought to my proposal. If you're considering selling your legacy, I want you to know that it'll be in good hands.
Sleazy.
Look, John,
You need more time to consider, of course. There are still a few more hours before the speech. I'll leave you to weigh your options.
You're most kind. Thank you, Jean.
Most sus.
All right, you can come out. This is why you're here, Herman. I need you to keep an eye on Mr. Lou for me.
Oh, you think Mr. Lou has an ulterior motive?
At the very least, I suspect he doesn't have my full interests at heart.
Fair.
And there's also the question of my family, who will undoubtedly be sticking their noses into my business. I've got them sufficiently shaking in their boots ahead of my speech. But keep an eye out for any trouble, will you?
I'll certainly do my best, Lady Unterwald.
I've secured a suite for you on board, room 304. Just let me know if you find anything untoward.
Of course! Herman Merman won't let you down.
Get to it then, Detective.
God, I love it. I love it so much. All right, guys, we're going to call it there. Break this up into 2 parts so it's just not too long. Who is that guy and why is he wearing our suit from the first chapter? That's very suspicious. Where has he been this whole time? No, wait. Do you remember in the beginning that there was like the green car and we weren't allowed to go into the green car, but Herman Merman was allowed in there? I bet that's where Mr. Lou is hiding. I don't know. The plot thickens. We'll find out, won't we? And the next part. Well, and the next part and the next part, because I know that we play as the girl in the little bit later on. At least I think so. I don't know. Shrug. We'll find out. If you enjoyed that as much as I did, hit the like button. We all like buttons. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video, right? Bye!